everyone, it's Dominique from Lunar Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. Today is all about what happens when you walk in the room, what are people's first impressions of you, what makes you stand out, that sort of thing. So today I have 3 decks for you to choose from. Deck number 1 is going to be the Modern Witch Tarot along with the Clear Quartz. Number 2 is the Black Queer Tarot along with the Amethyst. And number 3 is the Final Rose Tarot with the Rose Quartz. While you're choosing, I'll let you know that I do have the OG reading today. That is a bonus reading at the end of the video for my subscribers only. Not too late to subscribe and become a part of the fam. That way you can watch today's OG reading, and then the topic is going to be, what is your next blessing or your next upgrade, okay? We're going to be finding that out after the main reading at the last timestamp. All right, I hope you had enough time to choose. We're going to go ahead and get into the main reading now. Hey Pile 1, and welcome to your reading. This is what happens when you walk into the room, essentially people's first impressions of you and what is making you stand out, okay? So today I'm going to be using Tarot, Oracle, and I'm going to be getting channeled dice messages at the end to find out what are people's first impressions of you, and essentially, yeah, what happens when you walk in the room. All right, so if you chose the Modern Witch Tarot, this one, of course, is for you, to pile number 1. Let's go ahead and get into the messages. I already pre-shuffled a few of the cards, okay? So I can see that when you walk in the room, not to be dramatic, but people definitely stop what they're doing, okay? Because we have the Death card. And the Death card talks about endings, stopping something. People definitely stop what they're doing to either turn and look at you or even to, greet you, pay attention to you. I feel like people definitely notice the way that others stop what they're doing to go and pay attention to you, okay? Because we also have the 6 of Pentacles. Now, the 6 of Pentacles is a card about giving and receiving equally to others. So I feel like people want to stop what they're doing and they want to give to you, okay? They want to greet you. They want to, come over and give you a hug, especially if you know these people already, or they want to talk to you. Or they have a desire to talk to you if you don't know the people in the room, okay? They want to give you their attention, as in they're looking at you from across the room or that kind of thing, right? So there's someone in the card that's like giving out a present. So I'm just seeing that when you walk into the room, people stop what they're doing and they put their attention onto you. I'm also hearing that people could, when you walk in the room, like very soon after you get there, like start giving you compliments on what you're wearing. They may compliment your style, especially when it comes to your clothes, because I feel like you could have a really interesting style, a very like personalized style. For some of you, it could even be like a little bit like witchy or just eclectic, or maybe it's very like funky and then like bubbly and fun. It all depends, but it's a very individual style to use. I feel like people do give you compliments after you walk in the room, okay? Or like when you walk in the room, they compliment your style. These could even be people who are complimenting you, but they're doing it from afar, right? As in like they saw you, don't really know you like that, but they're like, wow, did you see that person who just walked in? Their outfit is really cute. I really like the way they're wearing their hair today. Some of you guys could have like vividly colored hair, as in like you could, vivids or like the colors of the rainbow. Like you could have, I'm seeing 2 people here with blue hair. Some of you guys could have like a platinum blonde hair as well. Some of you could have like skunk stripes or like streaks in your hair, or even like really well done highlights. I'm also hearing like a balayage. People could compliment your hair, okay? I could go a million different ways with the hair. I just feel like people do notice your hair when you walk in the room too. That's a really big thing they tend to notice, your style and your hair. But yeah, one of the first things is that they notice you when they stop what they're doing. They stop their conversation to either look at you or to talk to you. They get distracted in their conversation, that kind of thing, okay? Now next, when you walk in the room, you really don't mean to do this, but I do feel that you incite some insecurities or even envy in other people, okay? Because other people look at you and then they feel like this Queen of Cups in reverse, okay? I do feel like people may tend to accidentally, get jealous of you, the way that you look, the way that you carry yourself, especially, whoops, did I just forget that YouTube doesn't allow this? Hold on one second. Guys, I totally forgot that she was naked on the card. Anyway, I'm not trying to get flagged today. So I'm gonna put a star over that. You probably saw like an emoji there. So anyway, but yes, with this Queen of Cups in the world, I do feel like people tend to compare themselves to you, especially other women if you're a woman, or like other men if you're a man, that kind of thing. They tend to compare themselves to you, and then they kind of get in their feelings about this. I'm getting specifically that people get upset about the reaction that other people have to you versus them, okay? They feel like the welcome that you get is warmer. They feel like people are hugging you tighter. They're asking you more about yourself or about your day or whatever it is, right? Or if this is an environment where you don't know people, they're wanting to get to know you more than they are wanting to get to know, you know, some other people in the room, right? These could be strangers who are feeling this way, but they notice that you're getting a warm welcome and a good bit of attention. So yeah, I would feel like people of the same gender, so people of the same sex even, they may get jealous of you when you walk into the room. And I'm talking about like within the first like 20 minutes, right? Because this could be like somewhat instant, but people are kind of noticing the reactions others are having to you. This could be within the first 5 minutes, the first, you know, 1 minute, the first 20 minutes, that kind of thing. Like when you first arrive or wherever you're getting, people are noticing that heads are turning, you know, conversations are lulling. People are, you know, giving you hugs and asking how you're doing if they know you already, all right? But yeah, people could tend to get quite jealous of the reaction that others have to you. That may incite some accidental like jealousy within them. I feel like people who are usually not so like jealous may find themselves like getting a little bit jealous or even nervous around you, okay? Feeling a little bit insecure because they feel like you kind of are the whole package, okay? With the Nine of Cups here, I'd use the Nine of Cups as being someone who's like a wish fulfillment to other people, especially when we're talking about how other people are viewing you, what makes you stand out, and like what happens when you walk in the room, okay? It's like you come in with a lot of confidence, okay? People notice your confidence. People notice that you have a lot to offer to a space, whether that be, you know, your energy, your conversation, your, you know, positive demeanor. It's just like, I think you get along with people really well. You may come off like very personable to others. Maybe you have really great social skills as well. People do notice this about you, and you have this quiet confidence. Like you don't have to do a lot to gain respect and to make friends and be noticed. Like it's all very genuine coming from you. And I think people do notice this when you walk in the room. Okay. People do tend to get nervous or like have insecurities come up. And I feel like you wouldn't even know this, but this is happening kind of behind the scenes, all right, with this Eight of Swords in reverse. So let's go ahead now and look at my white and yellow cards and see what else happens when you walk in the room. Now, when I was shuffling in your energy to these cards, I got some really interesting ones in the front and back. And I got eye-catching beauty, electric chemistry, coquette. Okay, and I don't mean coquette like the style. I mean coquette like demure. Again, with that quiet confidence, like you don't have to do too much, but you're still very alluring. So yeah, you have that eye-catching beauty. Underneath this, I noticed that we had dirty fantasies, 18 plus desires, all nights, all positions. So people can have dirty fantasies about you when you walk in the room. And on the bottom of the deck is beauty and brain, stunning and impressive. Now this was just when I shuffled the deck. So yeah, let's go ahead and see now. Look at some actual cards coming out. What happens when they walk in the room for pile number one? Oh my goodness, Spirit does not disappoint. Thank you, God. Okay, we have your light irritates their demons. Child, oh my God, that's a yeah, intense card to start with. Wow. That is so interesting. So this goes back to what we said before, like you accidentally make people feel insecure. All right. And it's just because I think you get along with others well, you're well received. And that honestly could make some people a little bit annoyed. It can make them feel a way they don't usually fear. Kind of like brings out some of the worst in people because they tend to compare themselves to you. And in their mind, they're coming up short, you know? All right. What happens when they walk in the room for my pile number ones? Okay, yeah, people be watching you. We have watching, social media, posing, jealous, angry, or sad. That is so interesting. So again, people be watching you. This one flew right on my lap. So yeah, people do watch you when you walk in the room. They could be curious about what your social media is, but I feel like, again, with the jealous, angry, sad, like they just have a range of emotions when you walk in the room. What happens when pile number 1 walks in the room? What happens when pile number 1 walks in the room, Divine Source? Let's see what else we got. I'm not really feeling this one. I'm going to try to pull just like this. What happens when they walk in the room? We have ride or die, super supportive, loyalty. I think people do make assumptions about you that you're a ride or die person. I also feel like people, they want to be loyal to you and support you. Like they, with again, right underneath that 6 of Pentacles, they want to give you a lot of attention. And they want to know more about you, and they want to kind of gain your trust in some way. I feel like a lot of people see you as like some kind of prize. Maybe they know that you're somebody who's like a really good friend, or they have that kind of intuition about you. So they want to get to know you better, okay? We also have F-boy alert. So you can have a lot of F-boys or like players check you out as well when you walk into the room. People can feel like you're a player. When you walk in the room, maybe you have that kind of look towards you as well. Maybe some people describe you as looking like dangerous. People could think that you are a player when you walk in the room. What else happens when pile number 1 walks in the room? What happens when pile number 1 walks in the room? I'm not taking this one. Let's see here. What happens when pile number 1 walks in the room? Leader, kind-hearted, bold. Wow, so people think that you're a leader. I'm definitely getting that with your style, because I feel like your style really stands out. And you look like someone who's a leader, not really a follower. Okay, yes, because you have incredible style, trendsetter. All right. I'm choosing them like that from now on. Sometimes I have to switch the method in which I shuffle. But yeah, incredible style, trendsetter, imitated, never duplicated. Wow, I love that. People feel like you are very authentic. You're very bold. Okay, I just feel like it's less so your words, but more your presence. Okay, people notice that your presence. You have a bold presence. All right, it's very easy to notice when you're in a room. All right, so let's see how people are viewing you when you walk in the room with these archetype cards. How are people viewing my pile number 1s when they walk inside the room? How do people view pile number 1 when they walk in the room? Okay, we have a couple that flipped over. That's interesting. Okay, I'm going to take the ones that flipped over. We have Saboteur. I'm going to explain these in a second. Midas. And then also Bully. LOL. Ah! Oh my goodness, these are funny. Okay. This is interesting. You also got Mother at the bottom of the deck. This could be like about a nurturing energy, but you know what I'm also getting? You know, in slang, when people say like, that's mother, that's kind of the energy you're giving. You kind of give like a little bit of an iconic vibe, but you could also be kind of like nurturing, someone who's very nurturing. You could also be a mom. For some of you, you could be a parent. For some of you, all right. Anyway, so for Saboteur, when you walk in the room, a lot of people do feel insecure. I just feel like some people feel like they had a vibe going before you came in. They had a vibe going with somebody, or they may have been the one who was really hot in the room, who was like, maybe not hot physically, but like they were getting the most attention. They were being the most well received. And then you come in the room and it's like sabotage. Sabotage. It's crazy because you have this Midas touch of people. You really do. You have a Midas touch. People enjoy your energy. It says entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything into gold. You just turn your interactions with people into gold. I think people really, enjoy being around you. Okay, you're very self-empowered as well. I think people do recognize that. And then lastly, with Bully, the intimidation is real because it says highlights your tendency to intimidate others. Come on now. You really intimidate people when you walk in the room. They feel like they had something going on with the people there, and then all of a sudden you come in and it's like, oh, really? Like this person? So I do feel like you intimidate a lot of women, especially if you are a woman watching this. You could be, a guy watching this as well. Are they them watching this and still feel like you intimidate a lot of women in particular? But yeah, I'm really picking up on that. But if you're a guy, probably a lot of guys as well. I just feel like some people, they get nervous when you're around. They really do get nervous. They want to impress you as well, because you're definitely a leader and not a follower, okay? You have a really strong energy and people notice that. All right, what else do we have here? What stands out about my pile number ones? What are people's first impression about pile number one? Wow, true gem. Yeah, your character really shines through. Within the first few minutes, like within the first 20 minutes of either meeting you or the first 20 minutes that you're in the function, I just feel like you are shining really, really, really hard. Really hard. People notice your natural glow and that it comes from within, okay? You really are a true gem. People notice that you don't outwardly have many insecurities. Like you don't seem insecure at all. You're not like really fidgeting with yourself very much, or you don't have body language that indicates insecurity. You're someone who can stand on your own as well. I feel like you could talk to a lot of people too. And you probably could talk to almost anyone. And yeah, people just notice that you really are this true gem. Wow, this is so lovely. We also have gossip at the bottom of the deck. I'm definitely going to take this. People do talk about you when you walk in the room. With the beauty queen card, yes, people talk about your beauty when you walk in the room. They really can't help it, especially again with the outfit. Like your body can be really on point as well. You may not feel that way about yourself. I'm getting that some of you may not feel your body is on point, but other people look at you and they're like, wow, their body's banging, like they look really, really good. Like I was just telling my friend the other day who felt like she didn't look that cute, but I was like, wait, your body's literally banging. Like it's giving Megan Thee Stallion body, yada, yada. So sometimes you may not notice, like, you may not feel the way about yourself, but other people are seeing it. So I wanted to point that out. But I do feel like people really admire your body. They admire your hair, okay? What happens when pile number one walks into the room? And if you guys like this video so far, go ahead and give it a like. I'd really appreciate that. Definitely helps out my channel. Lets me know what y'all like to see. Okay. Ooh, okay, we had a card that fell on the floor, and my saying is, if it falls on the floor, it counts ×4. So we have destiny. That's really big, honestly. Some people feel a sense of fate when you walk in the room, a fated meeting. Maybe they wouldn't necessarily put it that way, but they feel like they met you for a reason. Okay, I'm also getting like main character energy with this destiny card, because this tells me that when you walk in the room, it's not just like any regular hot person has arrived. It's something about you that has weight to it. Okay, when you walk in the room, it has weight, it has like meaning to some people, or they try to make meaning out of you being in a certain space. Like, oh, I met this person at this time, I wonder if they're going to be significant in my life, or what they said to me in our first conversation, like I feel like that really means something for my life. Or it's just really interesting. People kind of put weight to you being in a certain space at a certain time. Some people may take your presence as a sign in their life. And mostly at the bottom of the deck, we're getting freedom. So I feel like, especially if you talk to people about your ideas for your life, other people may take this and use it as a sign for their own life, okay? Like you may accidentally inspire people by the way that you live your own life, especially because we have that leader card, okay? I do feel like you're a natural leader, and you can inspire people by what you tell them even within a first like conversation, okay? Or they can feel like it's good luck to be around you, that kind of thing. Like you just stand out. There's something like about weight when you walk in the room. Like the energy feels heavy, but in a good way, like important. It's important. People feel like you are very important. Okay, yeah. You have soulmate. Oh my goodness. And also obstacles. Yeah, so people feel a connection with you even when you walk in the room. Like I'm just getting what is that one song where I forget the lyrics, but it talks about you're in a crowded room, the smell of perfume is in the air, and you look across from somebody and you guys just like click. I think people feel that way with you, and their eyes could follow you throughout the room, that kind of thing. Now you're probably looking at them like, what are they staring for? But it's because they feel something with you. It's because they feel like, whoa, is that somebody I'm going to end up like meeting or having a connection with? And like, probably not for a lot of people, but they feel a connection to you. Okay. I do think that you easily connect with people. And although people do feel like it would be tough to get to know you really, like, especially in that scenario where you don't know somebody and they're across the room from you and you guys lock eyes, that person after that thinks, well, how am I going to create a connection with them? Like, we're just at the same function together, but I'm not going to get a chance to talk to them. So that's kind of the energy when you walk in the room. People feel that, honestly, an instant connection to you. They feel a connection. They're watching you, but they kind of realize like, okay, I'm not really going to actually make anything out of this. So it's okay. But yeah, they do feel something. People do tend to gossip about you, especially about your outfits. All right. What happens when pile number 1 walks in the room? Okay, you gotta have a coworker that feels this way about you. By the way, when you walk into work, LOL. Doesn't have to be their first impression. Could be like, you know, damn near every day for some people. Guys, be sure to stick around to the end because we're gonna be getting channeled dice messages right after this. Okay. More about when you walk in the room. What happens when pile number 1 walks in the room, Divine Source? All right. Ooh. Okay, it says, your vibe is intoxicating. I feel high when you're near. I'm telling you, yeah, your vibe is intoxicating. Wow. I don't know why I heard like dizzy, lightheaded. Okay, it's not that serious. So people just kind of feel like, whoa, you know? Like you feel when you're a little dizzy, like, whoa, what's going on? A little lightheaded. What happens when they walk in the room? For my pile number 1 people, what happens when they walk in the room? What happens when they walk in the room? We have quit playing hard to get, reach out to me. So yeah, people want you to reach out to them, especially those who feel the obstacle with you. They want you to reach out to them. What happens when they walk in the room, Divine Source? I'm trying not to think about us. So yeah, some people feel attraction, but they, you know, they're trying not to be distracted from their conversations and things like that. You saw right through me. So some people feel like you would see right through them. I feel like this could be about this F-boy energy, right? Some people who kind of feel like you may be out of their league. But yeah, I just feel like also you may have a really piercing gaze as well. People feel like you have high standards when you walk in the room. What happens when they walk in the room? Who feels this way about them? Someone you're seeing romantically could feel this way about you. Or they feel like you have an attractive physique when you walk in the room. You could have a larger chest. You lost me and I'm not coming back. This is really interesting. Yeah, some people feel like they lost their chance to talk to you after, you know, like after 20 minutes or so because you're really busy at whatever the function is. Again, this is like people who like you kind of see from across the room, but it's like, they're not gonna make a move. Your love has leveled me up. Okay, that was interesting. Can we get a clarifier for that? Thank you. Clarifier. Oh, okay. You make me so horny. I'm filled with lust for only you. I think I can say that on YouTube. Interesting. Okay, I guess leveled me up just makes me, this makes me, maybe is a reference to leveling me up, and then you made me feel so turned on. I just feel like you could make people feel like a physical attraction to you that's really intense, that they maybe have not felt at a glance with someone before, you know? I don't know if you guys have probably experienced this before, but when you see someone on the street who you're like, you know, it's very rare that you see someone who's like really, really attractive and you kind of feel something instantly just looking at them. You're like, whoa, I didn't think that I could feel this way for like a stranger, but I think that's kind of what I'm getting here. I hope that all makes sense. All right, thanks for bearing with me. I had to interpret that last one for sure. All right, so let's look at these channeled dice messages. I feel like this is becoming a staple on my channel. Do you guys like these? Should I make more sheets of paper with these? Let me know what you think. All right, let's go ahead and see what are people thinking about you and how are they viewing you when you walk in the room. All right, on the right sheet, Divine Source, how are people thinking about my pile number ones when they walk in the room? Okay, so we have 6 and also 0. I feel like I've met you before. I recognize your energy. Ooh, that's spicy. Okay. Now 6 says, when will you notice me? I've been feeling you. Oh, I'm telling you, there are people who like watch you from afar who hope that you notice them, but oftentimes it doesn't really go anywhere. All right, what else? What do people think about pile number 1 when they walk in the room? We have 1 and 4, which is also 5. 1 says, I'm about ready to reach out and text you. Some people want to approach you, right? And then 4 says, I thought about dating you. And 5 says, you seem a bit cocky, even too good for people. So yeah, like I said, people get jealous. They feel like you're a little cocky. It is what it is. All right, now how are you being viewed when you walk in the room? All right, how is pile number 1 being viewed when they walk in the room? 7 and 5, which is also 12. 5 says, I can see you've gone through some major transformations. This is interesting. So people could feel like you've worked up to the point where you're at now, where you're that like ride or die type, you're that kind-hearted leader, okay? You're a trendsetter. People don't feel like you just, popped out this way, that you obviously leveled up to become the way that you are. Then we have 7, you're very focused on your life's journey at this time. This is interesting. I'm getting the message that when you walk in the room, people feel like you're very focused on the people that you know there, or you're very focused on the task at hand. Like you're very focused in a particular conversation. You're not easily distracted, that kind of thing, okay? You're focused on your friends or on your partner if you're in a relationship. Okay, and then 12, I'd be interested in getting closer to you. I have a little crush. So yeah, what do we say about people developing crushes on you when you walk in the room? What else? What happens when they walk in the room? How are they being viewed when they walk in the room? For pile number 1, 6 and 2, which is also 8. Little math, I'm just kidding. You get along with others very easily, so fun to be around. Definitely. All right, 6 says, you're someone I'd rather keep my distance from. So again, this is that, that saboteur energy. They're like upset, you're sabotaging their vibe, okay? And then we have 8, your physical form gets you a lot of attention. Hottie, period. All right, last, the physical traits. What are the physical traits they pay attention to when you walk in the room? You have attractive physique in general and your chest, okay? Your larger chest. So you may or may not have a larger chest, but people do pay attention to that already. So let's see what else. When they walk in the room, what physical attributes do others pay attention to on pile number 1? Okay, we have 3 and 2, which is also 5. 2 says, mesmerizing eyes, piercing gaze, eye shape or color. Yeah, definitely. Especially because we got that you saw right through me card. People could feel like you are like piercing gaze, like you look right through them. All right, 3 says, toned, fit body, gym body, insta baddie, and model-esque. So again, with that attractive physique, you could have, a gym body, that kind of thing. Or you look like you do. And then 5 says, gorgeous hair, full, luscious, change in hair color or style. All right, so again, they notice your hair. I'm not even surprised. We talked about hair a lot earlier. What physical attributes do others notice about pile number 1 when they walk in the room? 0 and 8. So glad I got the zeros now, guys. Anyway, 0 says, God or goddess energy, looks angelic or ethereal, God's favorite. Okay, I see you. That's why we have that destiny card. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's an energy of like heaviness to it. Just like with the god or the goddess, like that's kind of serious. There's like an importance to you when you walk in the room. There's a heaviness, but in a good way. And you're significant when you walk in the room, okay? That makes sense with that god or goddess energy, God's favorite energy, okay? Well, I'm not even surprised because we have breasts, okay? Perky, full breast, sexy cleavage, perfect breasts, and are they real? So people do notice your chest when you walk in the room. All right, that is what I have for y'all today. I do hope that you enjoyed the reading. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Become an OG today so you can watch the OG reading. It's going to be all about what is your next blessing or upgrade. Okay, that is at the last timestamp. Furthermore, if you'd like more content from me, I do have a TikTok under the same handle, Lunar Light Tarot, and I have a website where you can book a personal reading with me, lunarlighttarot.com. All that is in the description. And if you want more on YouTube, guys, I just did a video on what do they say about you when you leave the room. Okay, this is kind of like a continuation. What happens when you walk in, and then what happens when you leave. So if you want to know what they say when you leave the room, go ahead and check out my last video. It's going to be all about that. All right, well, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Love and light. Bye. Hey pal 2, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the Black Queer Tarot, this is for you. What happens when you walk in the room? What are people's first impression of you, and essentially what makes you stand out? I'm going to be using tarot, oracle, and at the end, channeled dice messages to find out all about what makes you stand out and what happens when you first walk in the room. So let's go ahead and get into this. I've already pre-shuffled some cards. Let's go ahead and see what we got. All right, so when you first walk in the room, I just heard money, 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 and also looking like a bag of money. So some of y'all look expensive when you first walk in the room. People assume that you're very successful, all right, because the 6 of Sticks is about success, achievements, and people noticing those achievements as well. Notably, this person looks very like relaxed and laid back. Also, so this person looks very calm and confident. So I think people notice your confidence when you walk in the room. They notice that you're very calm. You seem pretty level-headed. I'm also hearing own the room. Okay, so you could very easily own the room when you walk in a space. It's like you don't come in on your phone with your head, tucked into your chest and, looking all around like nervous, closed off body language, like none of that. Okay, you come in with your chin level to the ground, looking very confident. You just seem like you are comfortable in almost any space. Okay, so when you walk in the room, people immediately notice your confidence and they notice that you look expensive. Okay, I'm not sure what it is that you have on, but you look very, very expensive. You look like your outfits could be, hundreds of dollars, that your accessories are like very, very nice, or, they're very, I don't know, you look luxurious. I'm getting this, Spirit is telling me to tell this one story quickly about one time I was out, it was a first date, and I was out on a first date, and I was wearing a bunch of bracelets. Now I love to stack bracelets when I go out, and they're just like little charms and stuff. They're bangles, $2 bangles, and $6 little crystal bracelets and stuff like that. But when I put them together, they look kind of expensive because they're very shiny. Everything's just very, very shiny. So I went on the date, etc. And I had a lot of them on. And the guy goes like, "Oh, wow, you're iced out today. I should have brought my watch out. You're iced out." And I was like, "Oh, am I?" So it's like, it could be, your little $2 bangles, but people are looking at you like, damn, this person's iced out right now. I can't believe it. So that's the kind of energy that you have when you walk in the room. People notice your accessories. If you wear makeup, they definitely notice your makeup. They feel like it's slayed, okay? I'm mostly hearing your body. Okay, they're noticing your body. Spirit said body is tea. That's what Spirit's telling me right now. Okay, body tea. So yeah, and I mean by that is like, like people may gossip about it, or like they feel like your body is banging essentially, okay? You look very, very good. I'm hearing a lot of you look really good with the tan, or you're starting to like get a tan. Are people noticing that you look more tan in this season? I mean, and I know it depends on like where you live. But yeah, people could be noticing you're getting a bit of a tan, and that looks really good on you as well. That's kind of a take it or leave it message. Okay, so yes, people do look at you immediately. They notice the way you're dressed, they notice your confidence, and they notice that it looks like you have money, child. Okay, that's for sure. Next, we have the 9 of Swords and the Page of Swords, okay, which is a prince in this deck. This really tells me that people get nervous when you walk in the room, okay? The Nine of Swords, as many of you know, is a card about anxiety. So when you walk in, some people could feel nervous to approach you, nervous to talk to you. You make people accidentally feel nervous, and they could find themselves like watching you quite a lot, okay? They could find themselves watching you, stumbling over their words as well, like wanting to talk to you, but then not really taking the chance. Or if they do actually talk to you, they're, I don't know, I don't feel like they're making a fool out of themselves. I wouldn't take it that far, but they may have a hard time articulating what they want to say to you, okay? I think you make people get a little bit nervous and like stumble over the words. I'm also getting this image of like you looking someone in the eye and then they're having a hard time speaking to you. Like they're stuttering, okay? They're kind of like touching the back of their neck, or, you know, they're fidgeting with their jewelry. You're looking around the room now, avoiding eye contact, because I'm getting that your eyes are very stunning, okay? At the bottom of the deck here, this person is not naked by any means whatsoever, but I just figured I'd be safe with YouTube. But anyway, we have the Chariot here. So I just feel like you have a powerful presence when you step in the room. People definitely do notice you, and they could assume that you are a go-getter, okay? That you're someone who knows how to achieve what you want in life, and you push to get there. People could also like notice what kind of car that you drive. And this is like an outside event or something, and you're pulling up in your car, and they happen to get a glimpse of you in your car. People could notice that you drive a nice car, things like that. That could also be significant, but it doesn't have to be for everybody. People can also notice that you're a great dancer. If this is a event where you're dancing really quickly as you're, walking the room, I would say this is about like the first 20 minutes, all right, of you being there. The first 5 to 20 minutes, people are getting this impression of you, okay? So it could be that you bust out some dance moves. It depends on where you are. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and look at my white and yellow deck. Immediately as I was shuffling in your energy, I got this Casanova. Easily attracts attention, main character. So I feel like that makes a lot of sense. I actually will take this one. Last time I didn't take the card at the top, but we had so many. But yes, I will take this one. What else do we have? Divine Source. What happens when pile number 2 walks in the room? What happens when pile number 2 walks in the room? Nothing there. What happens when pile number 2 walks in the room? Okay. We have You Are So Beautiful. This one flipped over earlier, and I really couldn't help myself. We also have Sugar Daddy, Loves to Spoil, and Chivalrous. So yeah, you could attract people who want to, like, if it's the right environment, buy you a drink. They want to talk to you. You could actually attract people who are kind of like Sugar Daddy types as well. Yeah, okay, sorry. The reason I'm laughing is because I wasn't going to tell this story. I'm not going to make this whole thing into a story time. Okay, guys, just really quick. Once, I was out with my friend. It was at the end of the night. It's like 1 a.m. I don't know why I'm going to tell you this story. Like, I just want to tell you this. But it's relevant. And we were in the club, essentially, like in a lounge. This guy, older gentleman, comes up to me. This is at the very end of the night. And he goes, "Hi, my name is Arnold. I'm an investment banker. I'm 48, and you're sexy as hell." It's like, whoa. And it gave like Sugar Daddy vibes. I, kindly rejected that gentleman. I said, "Wait, how old are you again?" He goes, "I'm 48. And I was like, aren't I a little too young for you? I think I'm out of your age range, sir." And he goes, "Wait, how old are you?" And I say, "I'm 26, sir." And he was like, "You're not too young for me." And I was like, "Well, I think you're out of my age range." And then he left. I don't know why I just felt called to tell you guys that story, but I just thought that was wild. Anyway, so that could be the kind of people that approach you sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, "Hi, I'm Arnold. I'm 48. Too fucking funny. But yeah, there could be people who are a little bit older than you, who approach you when you're out. That's kind of a side message. Anyway, when you walk in the room, right, I think the impression of you is that you're someone who is taken care of. Whether you pay all your own bills or not, whether you don't get help from anybody else or not, right? I think people do assume like, oh, this is the kind of person who would have a sugar daddy. I really do think that's the idea here. You're the kind of person who might have a sugar daddy. People assume that you're very successful, either that you made it on your own, or you're the kind of person who, could could get one. That people love to spoil you. People assume that others are very chivalrous with you when you walk in the room. That's their first impression of you. Like, oh wow, people definitely love to spoil this one. This is the kind of person who gets princess treatment. This who gets prince treatment. All right, for those of you out there. All right. At the top of the deck here, after I shuffled, is also you're tantalizing, almost irresistible. So yeah, you guys are very irresistible. Ooh, what just came out, y'all? Flush with cash. You know I am not lying. Like, come on now, flush with cash. Yes, people think that you got money. I'm telling you. You also have face card, never declines. And also, I see and I treasure your worth. So yeah, people can also be jealous of you when you walk in the room. I'm also seeing that. Okay. Anything else here? Yeah, you can make people feel a little bit like, I don't know, like jealous, not themselves. When you walk in the room, they can tend to get, a little envious of you and the way that people react to you. I do feel like you have a lot more people admiring you from afar. And if they try to talk to you, maybe it doesn't always go so well, because I do feel like you accidentally intimidate people. I do think you're more approachable than, say, pile number 1. If you felt called to that pile, definitely check it out. I feel like the energy is kind of similar. But I feel like you guys, there's an emphasis on how successful you are, how you look very successful, how much money you might make, or how people with status would want to court you, okay? Because you're very tantalizing, almost irresistible. All right, so let's see what else. How do people view you when you first walk in the room? I hope you guys enjoyed my story. How do people view you when you first walk in the room? From my pile number 2 people. How do people view pile number 2 when they walk in the room? Okay, we have thief. Interesting. I heard you steal the spotlight. How do they view you? Okay, and next we have hermit. This one fell on the floor. I like to say if it falls on the floor, it counts ×4. I'm gonna take this one too. In the back of the deck, it says Don Juan. All these like darker energies too. You could have like a more dark feminine energy as well, like dark femmes, dark mask, I don't know. Very interesting. Also Virgin at the bottom of the deck. It says maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. I feel like that's really important, especially as we're going to talk about these darker energies. You still have this purity of spirit that is about you, okay? There's like a little bit of an air of innocence, even as you have this intense appeal, okay? But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about thief. All right. The light attribute here is shines light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. So I do feel like you tend to steal the spotlight. You do tend to steal hearts. This person has a heart in their jacket here, so I do feel like you tend to steal hearts. I don't really feel like you're one to literally steal things. I don't think people think that about you. I just feel like you do steal the spotlight when you walk in the room, okay? You definitely steal the spotlight. People do tend to notice you, and they also feel like they notice something about your character when you walk in the room, especially with that light attribute. Sheds light on potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. You have this confidence within you that is unshakable. People do notice that when you walk in the room. It seems like you're very comfortable in your skin. I'm getting Beyonce cozy. Okay, but she says like I'm cozy in my skin. It's more than just being comfortable. Like you just seem very confident everywhere you go. Like no one can really rock that confidence. I don't know if you're faking it until you make it, but that's what people think about you. It's like you're not easily rocked at all. And again, you do steal the spotlight. Next we have hermit. It says seek solitude to focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity. So you could be someone who is not really doing a lot when you walk in the room. Like you may not be talking to everybody there, especially if this is a place you don't really know a lot of people. But I feel that even if this is a party where you know most people there, you're still only talking to people you really like the most. You're not overly friendly, okay? You can come off like a little bit unapproachable, a little bit. I do feel like people still, feel like they can come up and talk to you and that you be nice to them, but you're not really going out of your way to make a ton of new connections. That's what people feel about you when you walk in the room. It's like you have your certain group of people. You're not really trying to deviate from that group. You're perfectly fine with your few people. Then we also have, this kind of makes you mysterious as well. I wanted to point that out. And then we also have Don Juan, okay? Spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. So yes, you do have a lot of positive, seductive qualities. I do feel like you have a darker energy to you. Like people kind of feel like you have this like dark femme, I don't know, like a dark masculine kind of energy. You have that mysterious quality to you that people do like about you. Oh my God, we had Casanova and then Don Juan. I feel like that's kind of a similar energy. Again, you attract attention. You have that seductive quality. You can also be a great dancer, okay? You would definitely be a great dancer. Didn't we bring that up earlier? Okay, that's confirmation that you are a great dancer because people are on the card dancing. And then earlier when I saw the Chariot card, this person's like almost break dancing, I brought up that you could be a great dancer. So that's definitely confirmation. If you do dance wherever you're at, people notice your dance moves. And they feel like that's really attractive, the way you dance. All right, split the deck and we do have money. Again, so again, people just feel like you're really flush with cash. They notice that you might have money when you walk in the room. Like they feel like you're dressed up really well. You could be buying your clothes from Goodwill. I know I've definitely had some outfits that are from Goodwill, and then people think that they're, you know, something really special. But I'm like, girl, I got this down the street. But the way you style it is what makes it so tantalizing, okay? Dare I say. We also have brunette female. So when you walk in the room, people notice your gaze. They notice your beauty. They notice your face, okay? Your face is probably one of the most attractive things about you. I feel like a lot of you guys have nice nails as well. Nice, clean kept nails or hands. Okay, what happens when they walk in the room? What are people's first impression of pile number 2? Okay, you have past love. People can feel like you're a heartbreaker. Again, like the thief stealing hearts, so you could be a heartbreaker. All right, so they think about you. That's definitely it. What do they think? What's their first impression? Okay, we have freedom and then also wallflower. So yeah, people feel like you are someone who, again, is very confident, very free-spirited. You don't need a lot of people to feel good about yourself. You know who you are. You have that unshakable confidence. You're very free. We also have the wallflower card. This one I love because this person says that they're wallflower, but the spotlight is on them. So this goes back to the hermit, right? So it's like you're not involved with the most people. You're not talking to everybody. You're a little bit of a wallflower, but still the spotlight is on you. I'm getting that one Britney Spears lyric where she's like, oh goodness. What does she say? Something like main character, even when my back is up against the wall. They talk about me even when like I'm on the sidelines, that kind of thing. I think it's in Give Me More. Interesting. What happens when you walk in the room? Yeah, courting man. People want to court you. People assume that you could have people who love to spoil you. And they could also tend to talk about you also when you walk in the room. People tend to talk about you. If you guys like this reading so far, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. It does help on my channel. All right, what else? We're gonna do these multicolored cards and I'm ready to get to the channel dice messages, and that's gonna be it. All right, what happens when you walk in the room? All right, people notice your attractive physique when you walk in the room. What happens? Hot bum. So you guys could have a really nice bum. People notice that. Yeah. When they walk in the room. I find your story inspirational. You beat the odds. That's quite interesting. So people could feel like the odds are stacked against you in some way, and you beat them. You look very successful. So especially, you know, if you're a woman or you're a woman of color, people could feel like you're very successful and that you may beat some odds. Again, this is confirmation that people find you to be like a boss. You could have a boss who feels this way about you, but I also think that people think that you are a boss when you walk in the room, okay? I act as if I don't care, but I don't want to lose you. So yeah, so some people may play it cool around you, but they actually find you really interesting and they don't want to lose a chance to talk to you. That's what happens when you walk in the room. Someone you're seeing romantically could feel this way about you, as we described in the reading. Someone you're seeing romantically right now thinks this way about you. What happens when they walk in the room? Your vibe is intoxicating. I feel like I'm high when you're near. Wow. So yeah, you give people that little bit of a lightheaded feeling. Okay, you give an intoxicating vibe. You might want to check out pile number 1 because we kind of got some similar cards here. I realize we're not a good match for each other. Oh, interesting. When you walk in the room, some people automatically take themselves out of the game, and they just feel like you wouldn't want to talk to them because they're not your type. Again, that courting, love to spoil type. They feel like they can't afford you. Some people, yes, that's what it is. Some people feel like they cannot afford you when you walk in the room. You saw right through me. I do feel like you do tend to reject some people. Maybe they look at you and you don't look at them back, or they try to approach you and you're like, no, I'm good. And they kind of feel like you saw right through them, that they didn't really have potential to be with you. Those have, I think I'll miss you forever. So yeah, people who didn't really make it with you, they do think about you, and they're like, oh, that could have been my person, but obviously not. It didn't really work out. You also have a stunning face. That's also coming through. Stunning face. An ex would also feel this way about you. All right, now it's blank. Blank on both sides. Alrighty. So, okay, that is the main reading. Now let's go ahead and check out these channel dice messages. All right. How else do people view you when you walk in the room? What happens when pile number 1 walks into the room from the right side here? Okay, we have 6 and 4, which is also 10. 4 says, I've thought about dating you. 6 says, when will you notice me? I've been feeling you. So yeah, people notice you from across the room, that kind of thing. And then 10 says, just give me a chance, I'll rock your world. Oh my goodness. Yeah, people want you when you walk in. What happens when they walk in the room for pile number 2? 9 and 5, 14. 5 says, you seem a bit cocky, even too good for people. So yeah, some people feel like you're cocky. It is what it is. 9, I'm upset at the amount of attention that you get. Oh my god, I know it. They're upset that you get a lot of attention. Hey, it is what it is. And then 14 says, you're so hot and cold, I can't figure you out. So yeah, people can tell how you feel about them, which is interesting because you have that hermited energy. You just don't really, do a lot. You don't really show your hand. How are you being viewed when you walk in the room? Do you guys like these channel dice messages? Let me know. Let me know if I should make another sheet. How are they being viewed? What should the topic be if I make another sheet? When they're walking, okay, 2 5s, which is also 10. So emphasis on 5. It says, I can see you've gone through some major transformations. Yeah, you guys gonna want to watch pile number 1 because they got almost all of these messages, the same ones. This is kind of crazy. Now 10 says, cut off game so strong. Is it lonely being self-protective? Again, that hermit energy, like that is so interesting. People notice that you're self-protective. You don't hang out with everybody. How do they view pile number 2 when they walk in the room? 5 again, and 9. So again, 14. So emphasis on people can feel like you've gone through some major transformations. They feel like you leveled up a lot. I think this makes sense because earlier we have, I find your story inspirational, you beat the odds. So people feel like you kind of beat the odds and that you're a boss. In some way, they feel like that even just as you walk in, you just seem very successful, maybe for someone your age or in your demographic, okay? 9 says, you come across very intelligent and knowledgeable. And 14 says, I don't really understand you. You get under my skin. Oh, so you get under some people's skin. Also, when you walk in the room. All right, let's get one more here. How do people view them when they walk in the room? Pile number 2. 5 again, 9 again. Okay, just emphasis on those. Emphasis on those. You come across very intelligent and knowledgeable. And I don't understand you get under my skin. I'm going to take that. We're going to leave it there. All right, now we're going to go for your best physical traits. What physical traits do people notice about you when you walk in the room? 3 and 7, also 10. 3 says, tone, fit body, gym body, insta body, and model-esque. 7 says, gorgeous face, 10 out of 10, stunning beauty, symmetrical and proportionate. So again, did we already have stunning face and we have gorgeous face, 10 out of 10, so it makes sense. And then 10 says, sexy lips, full lips, pouty, glossy, amazing kisser, soft lips. So people could assume that you're a great kisser. They notice your lips. What physical traits do others notice about pile number 2 when they walk in the room? We have 1, okay, which is also 2. So emphasis on 1. It says, unique style, trendsetter, one of one, imitated often. Wow, that's really interesting. Yep. Oh, earlier we have face card never declines earlier. So yeah, confirmation that you have a beautiful, stunning face. 3 times we got that. And then 2 says mesmerizing eyes, piercing gaze, eye shape or color. Okay, let's get one more. I can't resist. Especially because we got 1 twice. What else do we have here? What are their best physical traits others notice when they walk in the room? 1, again, so emphasis on your unique style and that you're a trendsetter. 5, which says gorgeous hair, full, luscious, change in hair color or style. And then 6 says sexy, curvy figure, voluptuous body, slim, thick, curvilicious. So yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. I hope you did enjoy this reading. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Become an OG today so you can watch the OG reading. It's going to be all about what is your next blessing or upgrade. So if you want to know what's your next blessing, there's at the last timestamp in the description. If you'd like more from me, go ahead and check out my TikTok channel under the same handle, Lunar Tarot. I also have a website where you can book personal readings with me at lunarlighttarot.com. The link for that is in the description. And there was something else that I had, I swear. Okay, now I remember. I was going to say that if you guys like this reading and you want to know what do people say when you leave the room, and you haven't already watched that one, that was my last video. So if you want to check out what people say when you leave the room, check that out on my channel. This is kind of like a continuation. What happens when you walk in, what happens when you leave. So yeah, that is also, it's already up. All right, y'all. I hope you enjoyed today's reading. I'll talk to you in the next one. Love and light. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose the Final Rose Tarot, this is your reading. What happens when you walk in the room? What are people's first impressions of you? And what makes you stand out? That's today's topic. Let's go ahead and get into these cards. I've already pulled some from the Final Rose Tarot. So yeah, this one was kind of spicy, guys. I won't even lie. You definitely get some mixed reactions when you walk in the room. All right, so the first thing that I got here was the 5 of Swords, okay? Tattletale. People do be gossiping about you when you first walk in the room. I feel like a lot of you could come off like very confident. Some people could take that the wrong way. They could feel like you're cocky. And I'm also getting that you could have a really interesting sense of style or a very beautiful look, very, alluring look. And people just love to talk about you. Like as soon as you walk in the room, like people find themselves talking about you with this Tattletale card, okay? And I'm getting that this is people who are kind of watching you from afar. People are more interested in you when you walk in the room than they really should be, especially if you're in any social situations where you know that you and another person are not totally on the same page. You don't see eye to eye. This person definitely goes on and talks about like what you're wearing that day. They talk about, any recent mishaps or miscommunications between you and them. Now that's only going to apply to a few of you, but I'm just getting that in general, like with these word bubbles, people definitely talk about you when you walk in the room, okay? Especially at a party, okay? I think you make a big splash and a big impression at a party, particularly, house parties as well. But any party where any place where there's really like alcohol, I do feel like you come off like very, very noticeable when you do walk in the room. I'm also hearing that you can kind of give like life of the party vibes. Maybe you're someone who's more extroverted, more bubbly, you're more out there. People do enjoy the energy that you bring to the room. I think that some people do get intimidated by you, okay? Or they feel slighted by the amount of attention that you get. This is kind of a theme in today's reading, is that people may get jealous of the attention that you receive, okay? But yes, I do love seeing the cocktail party and the hometowns. I'm hearing hometown hero. I'm also hearing local celeb. So you could be someone who's very well known, either in your hometown or in your friend group. And that kind of energy, I'm hearing that you take it with you wherever you go. You take that confidence, you take that bubbliness, that charisma. Okay, you have a lot of charisma and you're able to connect with others really easily. So I'm getting that, especially in an environment where there are drinks flowing. I feel like you stand out really well. People like talking to you. You know, not everybody has this haterade energy towards you. Definitely not. I think a lot of people really enjoy you and they consider you to be part of a friend group, or they consider you to be like a main character in an environment. Okay, people may also assume that you're very stable. People could assume that you're someone who is really put together. With the 10 Pentacles, they may assume that you're someone who probably has a really nice house, a really nice apartment. If you've brought people over to your house, they really were impressed by that, okay? Let's think about like the clothes that you wear and the way that you carry yourself. You look very put together with a 10 of Pentacles energy. It's a very stable kind of energy, okay? But I would just say, especially if you are at a house party, people definitely consider you a part of the main group. People consider you to be an integral part of the party, as in like maybe you know the host or something, you're very close to the main people who are throwing the party. You just come off as like giving a lot of energy to the function. It would be really different if you were not there. And that's why people tend to talk about you, because you bring a lot of energy where you go, okay? To me, this comes off that you are more talkative than some of the other piles. Like the other piles came off as like maybe more to themselves, but not you. You definitely get people going. You definitely maybe are like a hype person for other people. You enjoy chatting people up. You're very charismatic, and this is highly noticeable, okay? Now, we also have the Ace of Wands here, which is very aptly named the first impression rose, okay? So yeah, your first impression is that people really enjoy you. They tend to have a little bit of a spark for you. They like your energy. And there's a good give and take between you and other people, if that makes sense. With this rose, you can't tell who is giving the rose and who's receiving the rose. So I think that you have a natural flow with people. There's a natural flow when it comes to conversation. And it's the energy between you and other people. I just feel like you are a very easy conversationalist. Like people really enjoy talking to you and getting along with you, okay? The conversation flows very easily. And some people could really feel slighted by the kind of energy and presence you bring to a space, because you had the Nine of Swords here. Nine of Swords also came on in the last pile. Honestly, guys, you could probably choose any other reading and it might resonate with you. If you were drawn to any other pile, I would definitely suggest you check that out, because I think today's readings were quite connected. People could definitely pick two or even the whole and find that it resonates, especially for different spaces. So I do think some people tend to get jealous of you, and their emotions about the situation actually blindsides them. Like they don't expect to feel that way about you or to feel the way about the situation, but it just kind of happens. I'm seeing that other people who maybe usually get attention, or people who are kind of naturally sour, they get upset when you're around, because you do steal the spotlight in a room, okay? Additionally, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Wands, which is about, parties, celebrations, and the normal tarot. Here it's called the Mansion. So this is emphasis on how stable you come off. You come off like you have a good head on your shoulders, and that you're a very stable person to be around. People can tell this about you within just meeting you, or like the first 20 minutes of you walking into the room, which by the way, that's what this reading is about. It's like between the first like 5 to 20 minutes of you being in a room, of you walking in the room. They can tell that you're a very stable person, because you're coming in, you are, you're not looking at the floor, you're not looking at your phone a ton, you're looking very confident, you're not very fidgety. It's like people can tell you have this confidence about you, and it's very obvious. I'm also hearing that people could notice your keys. That's kind of a random one. They could notice your keys and they can be impressed by the kind of like car that you drive, or they feel like you have like, I don't know, they could notice like you may have house keys, or they're curious if you like live in an apartment or you live in a house. Like you seem like the kind of person who has a really nice home. So yeah, people are also curious about where you live. Even when you first, like the first 20 minutes of you walking into the room, they're like, wow, this person's probably really put together. They probably live in a really nice place. I'm just getting that as well. All right, so let's continue with my white and yellow cards. I already shuffled in your energy. And guys, at the top of the deck was dislikes you for no good reason, misunderstanding, projection or possible insecurity. So that's how I definitely knew that. I actually shuffled them all first and then did this row. So when this 5 of mirrors came out, I was like, oh, okay, like I will leave that there because it's definitely the energy. So yeah, when you walk in the room, some people tend to dislike you for no good reason, which is really, really interesting. I just think you have a really strong energy, and it doesn't always rub everyone the right way, but that's not your fault. People can't take your shine. They said put on sunglasses. All right, it's not your fault that you shine. All right, so when they walk in the room, what happens? Oh my God. Okay, at the top of the deck again, when I stopped shuffling, guys, evil eye, spell word, talking ish. I don't feel like people are literally doing spells on you guys when you walk in the room, but it's more like people be talking a little bit of shit about you. I won't even lie. They be talking at the back of the deck, I don't like you like that. I feel like you really intimidate some people. You really, really do. You really intimidate people when you walk in the room. Go, wow, what else do we have? Dream partner, perfect match, soulmate. Yeah, and this is why you intimidate people, because you come across like that dream partner. People really enjoy your energy. Okay, I do feel like some people may have sexual thoughts about you when you walk in the room as well. It's not all super innocent. Wants to message you, taking their time, missing you. So when you walk in the space, some people want to talk to you, but they kind of take their time to get around to that, or sometimes they never do and they end up missing you, like they missed their chance with you. But yeah, that's very interesting as well. Two-faced, fake friend, secret op. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, when you walk in the room, some people do talk about you. And this could be someone who's kind of like a fake friend to you, someone who's a little bit two-faced to you. All right, let me know if this resonates, y'all, in the comments. But yeah, that's what happens when you walk in. This person tends to talk about you, or these people tend to talk about you as well. Okay. We got emotionally unavailable. I'm gonna talk about it, but some people could feel like you're, I don't know, you don't really talk about your emotions very much. I feel like that's pretty fair. Like if you're just kind of get started at a party or something. So I'm not gonna take that, but let's see what else happens. What happens when they walk in the room for pile number 3? Okay. We have movealong.com, not really worth your time. I feel like you don't pay attention to these people who are gossiping about you because you know it's not really about you. We also have your light irritates their demons, okay? That came up. So yeah, I just feel like you're someone who shines really brightly, and to others that don't have the same confidence, they could find it somewhat irritating, but it's really not your fault that your light irritates their demons. Like it just happens to be like that. Some people do dislike you for no good reason, and they do talk ish about you when you walk in the room. That is really interesting, but I don't want to dwell on that. Let's go ahead and move on to the next deck, which is the archetype deck. Again, you got Femme Fatale at the bottom of the deck. I am going to take that, and we're going to get 2 more cards. Femme Fatale. How do people view pile number 3 when they walk in the room? How do people view pile number 3? Okay, we have Mentor. All right. How do people view pile number 3 when they walk in the room? How do people view pile number 3 when they walk in the room? Divine Source. Oh my God, then we have Thief. And oh my goodness, at the bottom of the deck, y'all, Gossip. Oh my goodness, I'm telling you, you are a polarizing character. People very interested in your life right now. I feel like you may be trying to get away from a certain friend group, if this resonates, or you just know that there are like certain spots that you go where people tend to talk about you. I'm getting that you could dress eccentrically, or you just have like this really alluring look to you that is very individual to you, maybe different. Maybe you look really different than other people who are in your area. Maybe you're of a different demographic, you have a different style. People do tend to talk about you, okay? Really, really interesting with the gossip right underneath the deck. That is actually crazy. Let's go ahead and look over here, all right? So, Femme Fatale. It says, highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. So people feel like you're very independent when you walk in the room. That kind of makes sense. We talked about that stability earlier. They would assume that you're very independent, all right? That's their impression of you as well. You also give off like this sensual, maybe like maybe a little bit of an erotic energy. Maybe it also is in the way that you dress, okay? But yeah, I think that's part of why you come off like a dream partner and a soulmate to other people, because you have this allure, okay? And may even be that I'm hearing that some of you are also modest dressers, but still your appeal is not just in the clothes that you wear, it's in the energy that you have, it's in the way that you talk to people, the way you make them feel, and especially the way that you gaze at them when you're talking. I feel like a lot of you have really strong eye contact, okay? And that makes people feel really nervous, all right? You can have that femme fatale energy about you. We also have mentor. It says passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. So yeah, interesting. When you walk in the room, people could feel like, oh, you know what this is? Okay, you see how this person is taking the other under the wing? I'm kind of getting that you are one of the main people in a friend group, or people kind of feel like you are a main character, but you're very kind to others, okay? You're very kind to others and you get along with people very well, but there's this leadership quality about you. You know, when you're in maybe a new friend group, a new space, and you notice somebody who is just so kind to other people, they get along with everybody really well, and they seem to be a leader in that space because of the energy that they bring. People tend to look up to them, and you just notice that this is somebody who is, you know, highly regarded in the group. That's really the energy that you guys have, okay? You're very charismatic. People feel like others look up to you in a group setting, okay? I feel like for a lot of you, the rooms that you're walking into may be like house parties. You may go out with your friends. So people notice you in the context of your friends, okay? Or a particular friend. Okay, we also have thief. So what do you guys say about you stealing the spotlight? Absolutely. We also have here sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. So there's something about you having this inner confidence, this inner light that can never be stolen, that can't be shaken. Okay, that's why people could feel so intimidated by you as well. But I'm just getting that you steal the spotlight, you steal hearts. All right, you're able to make friends and influence people very easily. So yeah, people could be upset about that, but some people get upset because they feel like you steal the spotlight. I feel like you don't really linger on these people. You just move on from their energy. You already may know who these people are who tend to talk about you, or you just kind of know that when you go into a certain spaces, like at the club space, or you go into certain, you know, bars, there are people who like, it depends on where you are, but you could feel like, okay, this is the kind of environment where usually people don't really jive with me, and it's okay. I still go because I enjoy the experience, but I know that not everyone's going to get me there, or they're going to feel intimidated. It just is what it is. Very interesting. This could even be a work thing. This could even be work for some of you. All right. Let's see, for pile number 3, what happens when they walk in the room? If you guys are enjoying this reading so far, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It really does help my channel. It lets me know what you guys want to see next, that kind of thing. What kind of readings do you like? All right, what happens when they walk in the room for pile number 3? Travel. That's kind of random. Travel, okay. So people could assume that you travel. People could assume that you're well-traveled. Oh, you know what this is? People feel like you're kind of worldly. People can also travel to see you, as in when you walk in the room, a lot of people may tend to be like, oh, hey, so-and-so, and they walk over to you. And people notice that, like, there is a group that kind of surrounds you. I'm also hearing that within the first, like, 20 minutes or so, there's almost like a little bit of a crowd that could form around you. Like 3-4 people end up coming over to talk to you because, I don't know, you have this kind of magnetism. But you also seem pretty worldly. What happens when they walk? Okay, this could be happening at work, by the way. This, like, you know, people could be talking ish about you at work. If you know that that's the case, then, you know, that is what it is. I'm getting a message that when you walk in the room, people want to put in the work to get to know you. That could be that. People could assume that you're good at your job. People could be impressed by the job that you have, especially if you mention your job to somebody within the first 20 minutes or so. People are impressed with the job that you have. That's part of their first impression about you. I'm also hearing that you have a sexy smirk. What are people's first impressions of pile number 3? What makes them stand out? What are people's first impressions? Okay, we have dating. Interesting. So when you walk in the room, people tend to want to date you. There are some people who do want to get to know you better. I'm also getting that you're really fun to have a drink with. People think that you can handle your alcohol and you're very fun to party with, things like that. But people could also want to date you. There could be someone at work who has a crush on you even, because we have work and dating next to each other. What happens when they walk in the room? What are people's first impressions of pile number 3? Yeah, true gem. Wow. Yeah, you just have that pure energy, very intense energy and charisma, okay? And it really comes from within. People know that you don't fake who you are. You come across very, very genuine to people. That's why you have this dream partner, perfect match energy. That's also why you intimidate others and they feel a need to like dislike you for no reason, okay? I do feel like this pile in particular just has more insecure people around them. It's not that you're not well liked. That's not what it is. It's just that you have a lot of people who are insecure around you. So not everyone can appreciate because they feel like they lack something in your presence, but it's not your fault. You just have that pure energy, and some people, you know, they want that for themselves, but they don't know how to make it happen. All right. When they walk in the room, people assume that you're only going to be there for a short amount of time, okay? They feel like they have to get their time in with you quickly, otherwise you're going to leave. Maybe you have a reputation for leaving places early or being one of the first ones to like dip out. I heard like last to come, first to leave. So some of you guys are late to events and then you leave early. Let me know if this resonates, y'all. We're kind of a little all over the place in this section, but it's very interesting. There's lots of different messages coming through. What's the last one, Divine Source? What happens when they walk in the room? We also have control. I just feel like some people have trouble controlling their emotions when you're in the room, okay? There's a lot of jealousy that surrounds you because you are this like dating queen, all right? That came up at the bottom of the deck. People want to offer you, people want to give to you, people feel like you're the life at the party, all right? Especially at house parties, okay? So some people have a tough time controlling their emotions. They have a lot of difficulty controlling the jealousy that they can feel for you, okay? They kind of hope that you do leave early, so these secret ops, okay? Because they want the attention turned back onto them. I'm hearing like someone in particular could be upset because they feel like they were given more attention in a group setting before you came around, okay? Now that may not resonate with everybody, but they feel like, or it could also be that when you two go out together, you get a lot more attention than this person does, and that makes them feel insecure, okay? That's very interesting. And that person has a hard time controlling their emotions when they're around you. They don't want to dislike you, but something about you just kind of gets under their skin. It's that so many people do like you that they feel insecure about that, but hey, it is what it is. All right, we're going to look at my multicolored cards, and then after that, we're going to get these channeled dice messages. And that's going to be today's reading. All right, but I do have the OG reading for you all. It's going to be all about what's your next blessing or upgrade. So if you want to know that, that is going to be after this one, okay? After this reading, the next timestamp. All right, Divine Source, what happens when pile number 3 walks into the room? What happens when pile number 3 walks into the room? Acquaintance. Okay, you could have an acquaintance who's feeling this way about you, who's feeling the way that we described in the reading. What happens when pile number 3 walks? People want to make your acquaintance when you walk in the room. People notice your flirting skills. They feel like you're a natural flirt. All right. I'm becoming obsessed with you. I just can't get enough of you. So yeah, people may feel this way. People may feel obsessed in a bad way and also obsessed in a good way with you. Okay, they're obsessed with, they're obsessed with the way you get so much attention. A lot of people, but a lot of people just can't get enough of you in general. You also have lovely hair. People notice your lovely hair when you walk in the room. What happens when they walk in the room? What are people's first impressions of my pile number 3s? You have big booty. Big booty. I have gorgeous eyes. This one came up twice, so I'm going to take it. What happens when they walk in the room? What are people's first impressions of them? You pull me in like a siren. Yes, I'm telling you, you have that intense charisma. Very intense. I'm trying not to think about us. So this goes back to that control card. People try not to have this energy, this evil eye towards you, but there's something about you that really gets under their skin. It is what it is. What happens when you walk in the room? I feel like you ruffle feathers. You definitely ruffle feathers. What happens when they walk in the room for my pile number 3 people? You lost me and I'm not coming back. That is interesting. I might need a clarifier for that. Can you clarify that? Okay. New ideas and inspiration are on the way. No worries. Okay, what also came out is I ran away because you triggered me and I wasn't ready to heal. Oh, okay. There could be people who, okay, I hope this makes sense. But when you walk in the room, there are people who have already determined that they're not going to be your friend, okay? And they run away from even trying to make a connection with you or further a connection with you because you triggered them and they're not ready to heal, okay? That's very interesting. When it comes to this, new ideas and inspiration are on the way, no worries. In relation to you lost and I'm not coming back. Some people feel like you are too busy anyway with like new people and opportunities. Like you won't even care if they step out of your life or if they don't want to get to know you because you're busy with other stuff anyway, which probably is a good thing. I hope that makes sense. Like either people who don't know you and are intimidated and they don't want to, they're like, I don't even want to get to know this person. Like I don't even care about them. Or these could be a friend who you know is a secret op and they're kind of like distancing themselves from you, but they feel like, oh, it doesn't really matter because, you know, pile number 3, they're on to new things anyway. They're on to new people. You know, they have new friends. They have new opportunities. Like, they won't even care. But really, it's just they're running away because they're just triggered by you. I hope this makes sense, y'all. All right, what flipped over here is seductive demeanor. And then quit playing hard to get, reach out to me. So, yeah, some people want you to reach out to them when you walk in the room, all right? They want you to talk to them. They notice your seductive demeanor. That is really interesting. I'm also getting a cute face, top of the deck, cute face coming through. Some of you guys have a cute face. Alrighty. That was very interesting. Definitely a lot of mixed energy, so I hope that made sense. Let's go ahead now and check out the channel dice messages. So yeah, let's see. What do people think about you when you walk in the room? What do people think about pile number 3 when they walk in the room? All right, 4 and 1, which is also 5. I'm about ready to reach out and text you. So yeah, people want to reach out to you. They want to talk to you when you walk in the room. 4 says, I've thought about dating you. And then 5 says, you seem a bit cocky, even too good for people. So again, people feel like you're too good for them. You seem cocky. They got things to say about you. What do they think about pile number 3 when they walk in the room? 8 and 9, well, that's one of the highest combinations we've ever gotten, but it's also 17. All right, 8 says, I think about you at night. 9 says, y'all, get this. I'm upset about the amount of attention that you get. I'm upset at the amount of attention you get. That's crazy. So yeah, definitely confirmation there. And then 17, I think you're so successful and put together. Oh yes, we definitely got that earlier with that mansion card, with the 10 of Pentacles, for sure. All right, let's move over to the left side now. How are you being viewed when you walk in the room? All right, for pile number 3, how are they being viewed when they walk in the room? 8 and 5, which is also 13. 5 says, I can see you've gone through some major transformations. And people feel like you've leveled up to become the person that you are today. You didn't just like pop out with this charisma and personality. You have to, you know, level up to become this. It says, your physical form gets you a lot of attention. Hottie. All right, so people feel like you have a very attractive physique. All right. And then, what is 13? Okay. You pursue things I wouldn't have thought of. Oh, very interesting. Yeah, so people feel like you could do something very interesting for work. Again, if you mention like what your work is, they're like, oh, that's very interesting. I didn't expect you to do that. Or people could find what you do for work impressive, or that the travels that you've been on impressive. Okay. Again, it's like the first 20 minutes. So if you talk about like, oh, I just came back from so-and-so place, or yeah, my job has me doing this. They're like, oh, wow, like that's so interesting, that kind of thing. All right. How do people view them when they walk in the room? 9 and 0. You have a spiritual vibe. You seem very wise. That's 0. Thanks for the suggestions about 0 a while ago. If you gave a suggestion. 9 says you come across very intelligent and knowledgeable. So yeah, very interesting. All right, and last but not least, your physical traits. So what physical traits do they notice about you? What physical traits do others notice about pile number 3 on a first impression? 3 and 0. 0 says God or goddess energy, looks angelic or ethereal, God's favorite. Oh, okay, period. I love that. You guys definitely have a very strong energy. People may not tell you this as well. My throat just like caught, so people may not tell you this, but they do feel like you have that strong energy. Oh yes. Whew. Okay, I swear, I just had a coughing fit, so I feel like someone does not want you to know that you have that God or goddess energy, that you're very angelic or ethereal. So some people are very jealous of you. Okay, I might suggest doing like an egg cleanse or just like an aura cleanse. Not me like struggling, I want to do an egg cleanse, but yeah, that could be helpful, y'all. Anyway, nothing to be scared of, but it's just important to like clear your energy every once in a while. You can do that with like Palo Santo, with incense, with an egg cleanse, with holy water if you happen to have some, that kind of thing. Okay. All right, next we have toned fit body, gym body, instant baddie, and model-esque. Okay, wow. People definitely notice your body. All right. What physical traits do others notice about pile number 3 when they walk in the room? Okay, we have 2 and 4, which is 6. 2 says mesmerizing eyes, piercing gaze, eye shape or color. That's definitely confirmation because earlier we had gorgeous eyes. 4 says great teeth, killer smile, sexy smirk, white or straight teeth. I just want to do one more. What physical traits do others notice about pile number 3? 4 and 5. Okay, emphasis on your great teeth, killer smile, sexy smirk. Okay, they love that about you. 5 says gorgeous hair, full, luscious, change in hair color or style. And then 9 is long, slender legs, looks tall, shiny, sexy legs, amazing in heels. All right, y'all, that's what I have for you today. I do hope that you enjoyed today's reading. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Become an OG today so you can watch the OG reading. It's gonna be all about what is your next blessing or upgrade. If you want more content from me, go ahead and check out my TikTok. It's under the same handle, Lunar Light Tarot. And I also am available for personal readings at my website, lunarlighttarot.com, if you'd like to book with me. Additionally, guys, I did a reading last week on what do people say when you leave the room. So this is when you enter the room. Now we got when you leave the room. So if you didn't already watch that video, go ahead and check out what do people say about you when you leave the room, okay? Anyway, that's what I have for y'all today. Thank you so much for watching the video to the very end. I will talk to you in the next one. Love and light. Bye. Hello there to my OG who stayed to the very end of the video. I am so happy to have you here with me today. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate you all. Let's go ahead and get into what's your next blessing or upgrade. Really excited to talk about this today. Put these to the side. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the Modern Witch Tarot. All right, for my OGs, my subscribers, Divine Source, what is their next blessing or upgrade? What is the next upgrade for my subscribers? And guys, make sure to like the video if you haven't already. That would make me super happy. All right, we have the Ace of Wands. I have to take the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck too. All right, what is their next blessing or upgrade? Oh, the Chariot, really good. What is our next blessing or upgrade for my OGs? Oh, interesting. This is really cool. All right, there's an upgrade coming in terms of stability and also confidence. And this is going to help you in a couple areas of your life, okay? Okay, let me just go ahead and start with the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands talks about an influx in passion, inspiration, new ideas, and a lot of energy as well. It talks about an influx in energy. So I feel like an influx in confidence, energy is going to be coming for you. I feel like you are recognizing a lot of your positive qualities. And I'm also hearing that like your gratitude for life is increasing, your lust for life is going to be increasing. You're going to be feeling a lot better about yourself. I'm hearing that seasonal depression could be leaving for some of you who experience that like in the colder months, as we move into, at least I think, what is it, the Western Hemisphere? We're going into the warmer months. I know like in a lot of countries, we're going into summer. So this could be it for you as well, where you're kind of like ready to go outside. You're feeling better about yourself. You're getting out those warmer clothes, and it's kind of inspiring you as well. The days are longer. That could also be helping you, okay? But a lot of this, it has in terms of your confidence, and I'm also kind of picking up on a glow up as well. I'm picking up that you guys could be having a glow up. Maybe it could be even financially. It also may just be physically, okay? I'm also hearing that you guys are making very significant progress towards a goal with the Chariot. Some of you could be getting a new car. All right. Some of you are achieving a goal that you set out to do. I feel like a lot of you are making very significant progress and feeling much more confident in a particular goal or in a particular field. That's what Spirit is saying as well. You can be feeling more confident in your particular field. A lot of this has to do with how you feel about yourself, which is an energy that you're going to take into any room that you have. So when you feel really good about yourself, you tend to attract in more opportunities. You tend to take, educated risk, for your life, things that, are going to pan out for you, but now you have the confidence to go out there and just do it. I feel that your energy and vitality for life is going up. So you want to do more things. You can want to hang out with your friends more. All of a sudden you have like more energy and you're making really good use of your time. I'm hearing that some of you could start a new hobby as well. And that could be really fun and you really enjoy that. Some of you guys are going to be stepping up your style and buying new clothes for the summertime. And your style for the summer is going to look really, really good. Or you're stepping into a more individual sense of style. A lot of this is coming after you've chosen to put up boundaries with someone who owes you an apology, okay? Someone who was very immature. This could be when it comes to love or friendship, okay? Even a family member, someone who acted younger than you. They may not have actually been younger, but they acted way more immature than you. And this person owes you an apology, okay? Your intuition may have told you to get rid of this person, and you put a boundary with them. Some of you will literally block this person, and you're being rewarded for that, okay? For some of you, it's a glow up. For some of you, it could lead literally financially, more recognition at work, that kind of thing. But you're feeling more stable in this next area of your life with this Emperor card, okay? I think you're healing in places where you found it difficult to do before, and you can be really focused on work as well in this next chapter. You're a little bit no nonsense, but this is a good thing. You're cutting out BS from your life, okay? Let's go ahead and get in the second row here. What is your next blessing or upgrade? For my OGs, what's their next blessing or upgrade? What is our next blessing? We have the Three of Cups, here to make friends. This one flipped, I couldn't help but notice that. That's the producer, the magician. You could have a manifestation coming in for you soon, something that you've been trying to manifest. What's their next blessing or upgrade? We have the Advisor, which is the either the Hierophant or the High Priestess. I think this might be the High Priestess. Ace of Roses, so Ace of Wands again. Wow, double the inspiration for sure. And then Five of Pentacles, which is insecurity. You definitely left someone out in the cold. You definitely did, but this was a really good thing for you. It could have even been a certain habit that was holding you back, or a certain mindset that you finally let go of. All right. This is benefiting you significantly. 1 and 2. Okay. You're making a lot of progress when it comes to your life soon. All right. We have the 3 of Cups. So I feel like the next blessing is that you're going to be going out and hanging out with your friends quite a bit too. Like seeing them more often, because we have the Here to Make Friends cards, which is the 3 of Cups right underneath this Ace of Wands. So this tells me there could be a new beginning in friendship. You could meet a new friend that you really click with. Be a part of a new friend group, even if you're looking for that. I'm hearing soul tribe, so that kind of energy where they really connect with someone and you feel it on that soul level. Or it could be that if you already have that kind of group of friends, that you're going out with them more often, you're having more fun with them. Okay. I'm also hearing that the kind of confidence, charisma, energy, the allure, and the stability that you've been manifesting for yourself is going to be coming in during this season. Okay. Not to say that you're like gonna necessarily get everything, like exactly the height of what you want, but you're seeing progress in that department, and it's significant and noticeable, if that makes sense. Okay. What I heard, I hope this analogy makes sense, but Spirit was saying you're coming into your King Kylie era. Forgive me for, being so pop culture heavy, but yeah, you could be coming into your King Kylie era. That was like her best era, but yeah, you're leveling up in a significant way. All right. I feel like you're just feeling so much more confident. You are finding a unique sense of style for yourself. You're just making a lot of things happen in your life. Okay. You're the producer of your own life. People could also be looking up to you at this time for the accomplishments that you are achieving. I'm seeing that you could be getting better recognition at work as well. That's coming through intuitively. Interesting. The things you've been working on in private are going to be accelerating. Okay. Any ideas or projects you've been working on in private are going to be a lot easier to get to the next level at. Okay. You're going to find that you make significant progress during this season. I'm seeing this could be like within the next 3 months. Okay. After that 3-month period, you're going to be like, whoa, I'm actually way farther along on my goals than I anticipated. You're going to be really proud of yourself. Okay. And you're having this surge of energy come through after you let go of somebody. Okay. There could have been someone who was making you feel insecure. This could have been a lover or a friend, but you put distance between you and this person, and it's really done you a world of good. All right. Yeah. You feel like this new lease on life ever since you kind of let this go. I feel like you're falling back in love with your life too. Like things are just you're kind of romanticizing your life more. Things are feeling a lot better for you. And you're feeling like you're quickly moving towards your goals with this front runner card. You're just noticing that it's a lot easier for you to reach your goals. Okay. Let's see what else is coming in here. What is their next blessing or upgrade? Divine Source, what are my OG's next blessing or upgrade? Gossip, LOL. People are going to be talking about whatever this is. They're going to be talking about you. It's not necessarily a blessing or an upgrade, but they're going to be talking about you as you go through this. Because, you're a hot topic. All right, soulmate. You could end up meeting a friend who's a soulmate. I really feel like this is more of a friendship energy. I'm not really getting romance, I have to be honest. But I feel like you could end up meeting a really great new friend who's like a soulmate to you, okay? Or developing a deeper connection with an existing friend. Or if you're in a relationship, that relationship will be deepening. If it's a positive, healthy relationship. Oh, okay. Spirit's proving me wrong. All right, I'm here to be wrong. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with being wrong. As long as Spirit is right. As long as Divine Source is right, okay? That's cool with me. Okay, nix that. There could be love on the horizon. Like, hey, I'm just here to read the cards, right? Spirit tells me what to say, y'all, okay? I have my own opinions, but they're like, no. There is love in some of y'all's future, okay? So yeah, you could be dating somebody new. All right, within the next 3 months, you could find yourself dating somebody new. All right, these are part of the gifts that you're being given. So you're being given multiple gifts in the future, okay? What is our next blessing or upgrade? What is our next blessing or upgrade, Divine Source? Just get one more. Yeah, karma. You guys have positive karma that's on their way to you. And I'm also hearing that if someone messed with you, they're getting negative karma for what they put you through. You guys could have iced this person out, and that was a good idea. It was just part of your past to like let this person go. They may have hurt your feelings, but they also kind of took you to a new level of independence, is what I'm hearing. And just being able to rely on yourself. But there's a lot of positive karma that's coming in for you after going through this cycle, okay? You're about to fall back in love with life. And this hearing that life is going to be very joyous and filled with a lot more bliss in every day than previously. I also feel that any kind of gratitude practice that you've been doing is really working, and your manifestation practices have been working as well. So I'm hearing some of you could be doing vision boards. Some of you are scripting. Some of you are even meditating or visualizing, and those are all working. Some of you are using subliminals. Those are working. This is just confirmation that your manifestation efforts have been working. So yeah, congrats guys. That's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for being subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate you being a part of the fam. Thank you so much. Do comment down below. Let me know what resonated with you today. And if you'd like to get a personal reading from me, I would love to be one-on-one with you. Go ahead and check out my website, Lunar Light Tarot. That's how you can book with me. And if you want more free content from me, do check out my TikTok if you have that app. It's really fun over there. And then you always get to see my face over there. I always put videos of my face. I feel like over here I'm not really showing my face anymore, but it's just like, you know, it's just the times. It's just the times. I'm just doing the hands for now, but you know, it's a vibe. I really like these videos too. But yeah. All right. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I'll talk to you in the next one. Love and light. Bye.